You are listening to the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show, bringing you the latest news and commentary on baseball.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out! The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball!
Hockey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup! The Flyers win the Stanley Cup!
College football.
The Big Ten championship lies on a measurement.
Did he get it? No! He didn't get it! Penn State home!
They brought back the fun, they brought back the excitement, and now they've brought back a Big Ten championship. The Penn State Nittany Lions are Big Ten champions.
And the NFL.
1:16 to go, 41 yards. Cardona to Allen. Gostkowski. 6 titles, 9 appearances. How about the drive to go close it out? You see Tom Brady. Enjoy him, folks. You're never, ever going to see it again. Not in our lifetime. Nope. So here's Zerline, part 1, 48 yards. And we'll end it. No good. The rain continues. Yes, it does. They've got to snap it one more time. The ball will end up in the hands of Tom Brady on the kneel down. And there it is. The dynasty continues.
Now, here are your hosts, Joe Mays and Justin Raffa.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show. We're here with episode 275, but just like a few weeks ago, it's going to be a little bit different this evening. We are not focusing on sports. We are instead focusing on just kind of a fun discussion here with some friends. So joining us, besides my co-host, Justin Raffoff, let's pull it up here so everyone can see, is my wife, Kelly, who is apparently very cold in the basement, and our friend, Laura.
Hello.
Hello.
So,
Reminded me of Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire.
hello. Do you have whipped cream all over your face?
I wish I did.
No, but I thought about introducing myself like Amy Poehler and Baby Mama, where she's like, oh.
So, about 3 weeks ago, we did the Stranded on a Deserted Island, and we were picking movies and television shows and snacks, which was a lot of fun. We had a bunch of people watching. We had people submitting, and there was a very good discussion. Now, we're minus Greg this time, but we are going to talk a little bit about a little bit different topic that we kind of brainstormed a few weeks ago, and it's the Would You Rather and a edited version of what we're going to call Punch, Mary, or Kiss, Mary, Punch, or whatever those three of.
I have yet to hear you say that correctly once.
Well, I'm editing it in my head, trying to make it acceptable for the airwaves.
Time till it slips.
Yeah, so, but I think, well, which one do you guys want to start with? Do you have an opinion? Is there one that you're like, I want you guys to answer this right now?
Would you rather start with?
I would rather do Would You Rather first.
Would you rather? You want to go Would You Rather first? Okay, that's fine. Well, since Laura says Would You Rather, let's have her pose a Would You Rather to us.
Okay, so I was talking about this. I was with my sister and her fiance tonight, and we were discussing this topic since, I was brainstorming my questions. And here's one that we got into an actual fight over.
The throwdown.
Would you rather live for the rest of your life with no internet or no heating and air conditioning?
Ooh, okay, that's a good one.
No internet.
Yeah.
What does no heating, does a fireplace count as heating?
Like
a wood stove, I live in a shack with a wood stove, is that?
Like if you have to go and make your own heat.
That's the argument we were making with the heating was could you have alternative means? I would think that would be an easy think that would be an easy answer if the answer would be yes.
I
I could live without heat in my house, but I could have my fireplace, then that's an easy answer.
See, I feel like some people...
Without that,
Yeah, some people heat their houses by like wood stoves, so I think that's out. I don't think you can have that.
Yeah, and at that point,
Well,
it's
then-
a matter of survival.
Well, that right. At that point, it becomes survival, and you have
But
to
is
choose.
it here? You could get enough blankets if you lived around here.
Your pipes would
what
freeze.
Dad said.
Oh,
your
that's true.
house
That's
would
true.
flood. I guess I would move to somewhere where I didn't need either, like North Carolina and
I mean, even there, though, you're going to run the risk of.
South Carolina. Then.
I mean, you're not going to be immune to it for the. Yes, I'm sure those like 400 miles are going to make a huge difference.
You don't know.
Probably not even 400 miles, but I think if you put qualifiers on it, it makes it a little easier.
I think
to choose.
Right, I think where we live now, I'd have to choose the heating and AC. But like, you could definitely live in places where you probably don't. Well, I say need, but
You could survive without
you could survive rather easily without either one. And so, if we lived in some place like San Diego, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
if it
that's
comes
what
down
I
to
do.
actual life or death, and you have to choose heating and cooling, I think most sane people are going to choose the heating and
Yeah,
cooling.
and I think here you need it more the heating than the cooling.
Yes, but I feel like we're rather rational about this. I guarantee there are lots of people who pick internet.
Oh, I want to pick internet, but if it comes down to
yes.
survival, then no, I'm not
And-
picking internet.
Exactly. So that was my argument. And when I lived in Spain, it didn't get cold enough to need heat. So I don't even know, like, did they even have a heating system? They for sure did not have air conditioning. But that was also before the time that, like, Wi-Fi was super prevalent. So I didn't have internet unless I, like, walked a mile and a half to my school and had it. So, like, living with neither, I don't know. I'd have to choose internet. But then thinking of how cold it is in the winter here and how much I love my fireplace plus my heated blanket plus my tea plus my warmie, I don't know.
Literally
I don't
sitting here
know.
right
It's
now
such
with
a
my
hard
warmie
question.
on my legs.
Yeah, like when I was in Puerto Rico, they didn't have the houses there don't have furnaces in them because that would be a waste of money. And you know, in a lot of those places, like black containers on the roofs, or even just metal containers on the roofs that heat up the water, and
Right.
there you go. Like because you don't need it, and you could have like when I was there, but I was there in the winter, you know, so like you could have done without it. It was nice to have air conditioning, but you wouldn't have needed it, especially where we were. There was so much wind. But yeah, I definitely would pick AC and heat and give up the internet. Mm-hmm. So I'd survive. But I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah,
You'd
you're
have nothing to
really
do, but you'd be alive, so.
Exactly. So
All right.
we got into a very heated debate because that one was paired with internet versus television.
Okay, so this just kind of
And it
keeps
and then
evolving.
The second question, yes, and then the second question was internet versus heating and air conditioning. And my thing was, if you have the internet, you can most likely stream.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
exactly
that's
what
an
I'm-
easy
Mostly watch
question.
Netflix
But then when
anyway.
it's like comes between internet, which is such a a pleasure that feels like a necessity versus heating
Yeah.
and air conditioning, like
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a good one to start off on, but I think we're all in agreement that you need the utility that is most required to survive.
Yes.
For a large majority of this state, at least, probably most of the nation, and obviously the nation above us. So you
Right.
need the heat. You need the heat. So cooling is probably more of a luxury, but
Absolutely.
the heat.
One that I was thinking of, because I used to have to make this decision at one of my like summer jobs. You used to have to pick trucks that you were going to do your deliveries in all day, all summer. You could pick AC or you could pick radio, but you could not pick both. And it was interesting.
Real life application.
Early version of me always picked AC. As I got into it, I picked radio.
As you
Yeah.
matured.
Yes. As I got older and wiser.
Yeah.
Over
You're
the
going to be
months.
sweaty anyway.
Right. I was sweaty anyway. And when you're sitting in traffic, the AC does help. Because, like, if you're not moving, like, it is blazing hot in these uninsulated vans that are just like a metal can on wheels.
I still think I'd take the air conditioning over the radio.
But, like, sitting in the silence
Yeah.
in the traffic was worse than having the no AC. So, I grew into that one.
I'm really excited to ask my second would you rather question though,
Oh, gosh.
because can I ask it right away or do I have
no,
to go
you
around?
yeah,
Yeah, go
sure,
ahead.
sure.
So this is like piggybacking off of that exact statement. This is another heated debate we had. Would you rather live the rest of your life in complete solitude, meaning no interaction with anybody, or only be able to surround yourself by super annoying people?
Solitude.
I mean, I feel like I would pick solitude, but I
can't.
think psychiatrists and psychologists would tell you need to have people around, even if they are the ones that you find most annoying.
I want to become a murderer, though. And I feel like that's where it would end.
What if you chose only the super annoying people, but you ended up in a situation where it drove you to a point where you're all alone anyway?
If you're in solitude, then at least you lived half your life 50-50, right?
I feel like I'm already in this simulation, and I know what I chose. I chose to hang out with a bunch of annoying people. So
as much as it would annoy me, I know me too well to know that I'd pick solitude. Like, there are moments where that would be great. I couldn't probably do it for more than a couple of days, and then it would drive me absolutely insane.
See, I knew that's how you would answer, Justin. I wasn't sure how Joey and Kelly would answer.
I just feel like the Earth in general is a little too people-y.
There's just too many people out here.
So, but I do think the plus side of being in that situation is maybe I wouldn't have the filter to not tell people.
Right.
Like, I could get to the point where I'd be like, you're being really annoying.
Right. And I
what
wonder
you're doing right now.
I wonder what would be making them annoying. Is it like they're loud chewers? Or is it the like mouth breathers?
Is everyone's Michael Scott?
Or is it like, just the things they say, they think they're funny, but they're not, kind of thing. Like there are varying degrees of like annoyance.
Yeah.
They're all vegans and do CrossFit.
Oh. More snacks for me.
That's right. I'll take all their bacon.
And they wouldn't kill you.
That's
so
right.
you'd be
That's
good.
true, yeah. All right. Well, Laura did too, so why don't we let Kelly give us one?
Okay. Would you rather, for the rest of your life, be a deep sea explorer or an astronaut never to return?
Ooh. Now, when you say deep sea explorers, it's similar to the astronaut thing, like you're down there and never coming back.
You live in like an under the sea base.
You're doing like an experiment type
go out
thing.
in submarines, but you can never come back up to the surface again. I know, and I didn't tell Joey what I was going to ask, but I said this plays on Laura's fear, the one fear that I know Laura has. So I'm interested to see what she answers.
I'm nauseous just thinking about either option.
Why
would you do that? You're my lobster.
I know. I'm sorry. I love you.
Well, I mean, if you choose sea, you could see a lot of lobsters.
No, not down that.
No, I would
too
choose
far.
space.
No, they're giant ones.
Think octonauts, but scary.
Right. Or fish.
I really like octonauts.
Well, in
Octonauts
that
is a great
case,
show.
Could I have a hair clip like Dashie?
I'll allow it. But like, it's a lot more tense situation because one like crack in the glass of your deep sea base. One.
Yeah, I'm choosing space. I'm choosing
Well,
astronaut.
I think I'm going to choose space because I think that there's a lot higher chances of just immediately dying in space.
That's what I was thinking. Like, if it comes down to that fear, would I rather drown or be like whatever space would do? I feel like space would be quicker, maybe. I feel like if
I don't know, if you run out of oxygen, that's going to take a while.
Yeah, you get a headache and.
See, but I feel
eventually
like
just goes
I feel like you would like slowly, whereas drowning is panic. Like I
don't think you'd drown though. I think the pressure would just get you.
Well, that's true. You depending on where you are. Yeah. I still think I'm picking space.
I'm still picking. I'm picking space too. I feel like it's cooler. like if you're out in space like for a long time, think about like all the stuff you could. I know that you mostly see nothing. But,
well, that's what I think.
You could see like. In my head, I'm like thinking like, oh, you go to Mars, but you don't come back. Like
yeah, no, you're just in a spaceship,
right?
Forever.
Ooh, that would be tough.
Because
like you're just floating around the international.
You're never
going
to get anywhere in your lifetime.
No,
you're just
not.
out there. I mean, you'd have a really cool view.
Are there anyone else? Is there anyone else with you? Or just you?
No, you can have like other astronauts and other.
So it's like
but you just can never come home.
Chris Pratt scenario.
See, I'm still going to take the space station too because like in theory. Well, I guess I'm asking, like, could you do, like, a spacewalk where I can go outside, kind of, even just for a little bit, and then come back in.
Yeah.
Even though that's kind of crazy, like when you think
you
about
can
that.
totally do that.
But
Anything
like
an astronaut would do.
you can't do that in the
Deep sea,
submarine.
yeah.
Like
You
No,
still-
and I've
right,
watched
you get in
Blue
a
Planet.
smaller
I know
submarine.
what's down there.
No, that's the thing. You don't know.
You don't know
what's
what's down there yet.
We don't, like, we know, like, 2% of what's in the deep sea.
it's crazy.
There could be all
Yes,
kind
but
of
there's
crap.
like giant glow-in-the-dark barracudas.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Plus
thank
other,
you.
like, maybe bigger barracudas. Maybe there's the baby glow-in-the-dark barracudas.
we don't even know.
Or
Megalodon.
is the megalodon shark?
Maybe. And this entire question was based off Laura saying to me once when we were at the beach, I don't want to go out where I can't touch because I don't know what's underneath me.
And you
I'm
don't
like-
want to
I'm
know.
like, more water and,
That's
and
basically
some sand.
that's basically my entire existence right now. Is I have a kid that's obsessed with the ocean and space. So we basically spend our afternoons flipping between like Blue Planet and outer space documentaries, and both make me so uncomfortable.
See, that's funny because I've been at the beach with Laura's husband, and we swim out where we stick our arms up over our head, and we keep trying to go out far enough where our arms aren't sticking out of the water anymore.
Yes, and I'm on the beach like low key panicking. Like, don't do that.
He's right underneath you.
This is completely, well, it's kind of related, but it's a random thing. But my grandfather one time, out of nowhere, told me the story about how he and his buddies used to drive down to Ocean City at night and like just get in the water and swim, and whoever turned back last won. Just like told the story so
ocean
matter
at
of
night,
factly.
blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're down in the deep ocean, it's always dark down there. So you got space and it's dark.
Yeah, I mean,
and
once you
deep
can't touch,
ocean
it doesn't
and
really
it's
matter
dark.
if you can see or not. Like,
Right. And you can't see what's coming towards
I
you.
mean, let's be real. I did the G-force simulator at the Reading Museum, and I could make it past 2 Gs. I don't think that I would make it into outer space. So I think it'd be safe to say that I would die in the space shuttle of a heart attack before even getting like, through the stratosphere.
oh, I didn't know that was an option because that would happen to me in both situations. Like, I'd probably be a little nervous.
Laura's the Howard Wolowitz of
She's the Howard Wolowitz.
What?
First, would you rather?
Okay. It was almost like a 3 option one, but it might not be for some people. Basically, if you could only pick one type of food, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Now, I know for some people, lunch and dinner, there isn't really a
Interchangeable,
difference sometimes. Some people like eat salads all the time. I sometimes do, but not often. But I usually don't do that for dinner. So, like, if you had to pick between those 3, you could only have one of them for the rest. And Laura, we're taking away, like, all options are on the
All
table.
allergies are gone.
Yes.
All allergies are gone.
Which would you choose, breakfast, lunch, or dinner? And again, lunch and dinner can kind of blend together. So basically, it's breakfast or the others.
I'd pick the others. I'm not a breakfast person. Like, that's just not the time of day and the type of food that I eat that often. But like, we routinely eat breakfast food for dinner. So
Yeah.
I mean, if we're taking that completely off the table, I would miss it. But that probably would be my choice because I feel like I'm losing too much else by saying no to lunch or dinner.
Can I still have bacon on other things?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
on a burger or whatever?
Yeah, I would agree. I definitely would pick dinner just for the most options. However, I love breakfast food the most. I just think I would get very sick of them.
Yeah, I think there's more variety in the lunch dinner area than there is for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
I
So
mean,
you
breakfast,
pick lunch
yeah.
dinner as
Yeah,
well?
and I eat breakfast foods like at other times plenty, just like you said. But if I have to pick one, I'm probably going to eliminate breakfast because there are days where I go without breakfast, especially like the breakfast foods I'd be choosing. There aren't many days I'm like, oh, I'll just go without lunch or dinner today.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, lunch sometimes. Dinner, no, not happening. Just not.
Yeah.
So.
I
But
would
Justin,
choose
is
the
peanut
others.
butter and jelly a lunch or a dinner or a breakfast?
Ooh. Well, I'm not
What's
going
peanut
into
butter and jelly
breakfast.
for breakfast?
I would if I could, but
That's true.
I
With your
can push
snack
it.
pack?
I can
see,
push it to brunch.
I'd put it at lunch
Push it
just
to
because
brunch.
that's when I eat it. Still, like
Still.
Jamie had chopped on today, and the one like basket was peanut butter and jelly, chocolate milk, and something else. And she's like,
Did they steal
she's
your
like,
lunch?
oh, well, she goes, "This is like Austin's dream meal." And like we made an awkward eye contact then, and she didn't say it, but we were both thinking it like, and mine, like,
And Justin.
yeah.
Yeah. I would pick the others, but I would have like a little shrine to French toasts. that I would never eat again.
Yeah, like I feel
really
like
miss French toast.
I feel like I have
Like
a
you're gonna
really
get it
good-
bronzed.
Right. I have a really good breakfast, like more often than I probably have like that same feeling about dinner or lunch. Even though there is the more variety, like
Yeah.
but you'd be giving away a lot to not
Yeah.
to not have that.
Breakfast just seems like a lot of different versions of sweetened bread or
Bread,
cake.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Sweetened
while
bread.
I
Basically, all the things I
enjoy
can't
it,
eat now.
While I do enjoy that, it's not enough variety.
Right. No.
I would miss French
I think
toast.
we're all in agreement
I
there.
would have a framed photo of French toast, and I would light a candle every night for it.
I could be on board with that.
All right. I think of this list that I found, the most interesting would you rather to me was, would you rather lose all of your money and valuables or all of the pictures you have ever taken?
All of my
Money and valuables.
I knew what that was gonna be.
Justin?
No, I'm again. It's not in the spirit of it, but are we saying all the pictures I have or all the pictures I've taken? It's all of them that I have and I've taken, probably.
It
right?
says taken, but I'm
Right,
thinking like
right.
if there are
all of your pictures,
all
So
of the pictures of you that you enjoy or that you've taken, like basically anything
All of the
from your
pictures
whole
that
life.
you've taken and that I've taken for you, Justin.
I'm gonna say
Any
it kills
cherished
me.
moment on film.
I'll probably say keep the photos, like as much as that kills me, just because like 99% of the photos would not
Matter
at all.
It's the 1%.
It's probably actually less than 1%, but that 1% like
is
they
really
mean a lot,
important. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
Imagine being 60 years old and not being able to remember what your children look like, just because you haven't seen a picture of them that young in so long.
Right. Like
Not that you're like losing your memory, but just
no,
that you have
I've
nothing to
actually
look
No
at.
longer can reference what they were like 50 years
right.
ago.
Right.
I've actually this will be weird, not to make it weird, but like I've been thinking about that with voices lately, like. Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
who you can't hear their voice anymore. Like, like can I? In my mind, do I still know what their voice sounds like?
Yeah.
You know, like, and usually still do, but like the fact that I have to think about it, like is one of those things. But like, yeah, I'd pick the pictures all for that 1% because they would be more valuable than those other things.
Yeah.
And I wonder if I wasn't a mom, if that would change.
I feel like it would have been a little different 10
I wonder
plus
if I
years
wasn't
ago.
a photographer, if that was
Yeah, I no, I'm in agreement. Like, and of course, the question doesn't get into, well, do you get to make more money, or do you always lose your money? Like, you don't even make any
Can I
money anymore.
sell my photos?
So, but yeah, when it comes down to just black and white, money and valuables don't mean as much as those memories that, like Justin said, it's a very minuscule amount in the grand scheme of things. So you probably would have a lot of either hard drives filled up or actual, bags of film printed out. But those 1% or whatever, they mean a lot. So you gotta go that direction. So, all right, Cal, you want to do your number 2?
Sure. Would you rather, by yourself, spend a week alone in the woods,
Nope.
or one night alone in a real, actual haunted house?
Woods.
Wow.
Like, not like, was
Woods.
that a ghost, but like, clearly it is haunted. It scares the bejesus out
Now,
of you.
what do you
No,
have
okay, I take
in
it
the
back.
woods?
The woods.
Like, are you? It's just you and nothing. Like, you don't have a.
Like actually, yeah.
But I'm not talking about like the woods up on the other side of like Old
No.
Fritz Town. I'm
We're
talking
talking
about
like drop you in Alaska somewhere, like.
So you're talking about.
there's
You're
bears
talking
and
about
pumas.
creepypasta search and rescue type.
Yeah, there's a random staircase to nowhere, and if you go up
Okay.
it, half your
It's
hand falls off.
Right, something happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not picking that. Nope.
You're not
But
picking
it's just
that?
one night.
You're picking
It's
the
just
haunted
one
house.
night.
No, oh sorry, no, I'm picking the woods.
No, what I just mentioned was all about woods, search and rescue.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You should read those sometime.
Yeah, no, I'm
Interesting
good.
stuff.
I'm good. Nope.
It does not help to know that it's fake.
No, it's still
Just
creepy
not.
AF.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go woods mostly because I've been there, done that. Now, not necessarily alone and for an entire week. I've
I was
camped
going to
many
say,
times.
you had your poo pal.
Yeah, I mean, I have the old poo pal and the new poo pal sitting here with me. So
Oh, mine, the new.
you're
I
the
thought
new.
maybe it was Haley.
No, that's well. She does blame me for a lot of her.
Every time she farts, it's Daddy, even if he's not home.
My favorite is when you're standing there. It's audible. She makes a face, and then she goes, "You did that."
I just got finished telling Justin that Haley has a lying problem right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, I would also pick the woods, despite my irrational
I think
fear of most insects.
I think you guaranteeing that it's haunted makes it tougher. Like to pick like.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think if you were like, it may be haunted.
Right, like if you said a creepy old house or place,
or like the
I'd
house that like The Exorcist is like based, like where that story took place.
like any of that stuff.
There's rumors and like pop culture made about it, but you don't actually know. Or like going to Salem and staying at one of like.
Well, does it help to know that one of the rules that paranormal people like talk about is that ghosts can't actually hurt you? They can scare you, but they can't touch you.
Whereas the bear can eat me.
Yeah, right. A bear can eat you.
No, because there's enough demonic stories that I've heard out there that doesn't help me at all.
I would rather get eaten by a bear than go crazy. And I feel like I'm not going to go crazy in the woods in a week. I might die, but I'm not going to go crazy.
What if it were haunted woods?
Oh my gosh, now.
Well,
like you could camp out for
then I take
by
the
yourself
the
in
day.
the Red Bridge.
And you keep hearing the wails of a woman who drowned her children 100 years ago.
See, it's more funny because it's so true.
I know.
I mean, it's sort of funny because of the experiences that some of us have had.
He's talking about you, Laura.
I know.
She's like, awkward laughter.
Yes, that was me.
So,
All
well,
right,
that was it. So you picked the woods. We all picked the woods, right?
Yeah, despite the fact that I know there would be a spider on me at some point. I still would pick the woods over the haunted house.
Yeah, because the thought of things being haunted is interesting until it's confirmed.
Well, I also think
and you're like,
It's not
no.
even interesting to me. I don't even want to watch a scary movie.
I agree.
I also
don't want
think-
scary.
the woods is the danger you know.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, even though I am not, like, I am clearly not prepared, like, in terms of knowledge or any other, like, manner to spend a week in the woods by myself. However, like, I feel like I can lie to myself and be like, oh, you know what? I could make a week. You know, like, I could do it. But, like, the haunted, you're like, it's out of my control. I don't know. What if there's something in there that makes it seem like it's a week? Like, what if that's part of the haunting, is that it seems like you're in there forever?
Oh, you're taking that way farther than I thought you would.
Overthinking.
Can I go into the woods with Justin?
I'm not sure that would help. Sure.
yeah.
I don't know if that's a benefit for you.
Now I'm just thinking of, like, what is it, like, Without a Paddle, the movie where it's like, why are you taking off your shoes? You can't outrun a bear. I don't have to outrun a bear. I just have to outrun you.
Yep.
Kylie, just to add to this argument a little bit, though, I'm just going to take you back to when we were standing in French Creek in pitch black, and we shined the flashlight around that pier, and there were so many spiders.
I wonder where that was going. Like, what did you see?
I know. I thought there was going to be, like, somebody standing between you and, like, the edge of the dock where you get back on the land or something.
Let me just say that I did not feel safe because I was surrounded by spiders. It was so dark. So dark. I don't think Laura would have helped me. I don't think Darren would have helped me. I think that I just would have run screaming, covered in spiders, with my flashlight until the battery died.
Like an Indiana Jones thing here.
I mean, Greg was there, but he was also drinking a beer and enjoying himself.
I was about to say, I thought Greg was there.
No, you're right. Greg just
was.
Greg just had a cooler and a chair to sit on. He didn't really participate much.
Meanwhile, I was back here wondering what those noises were outside, and it was kids having fun in the evening, in the early morning hours, smoking a joint by the light. And every time I'd make a noise, because I would come out, because it was a meteor shower, that's what you guys were photographing, and I'd go outside to look at them, and they would scurry away. So I started like playing a game with them, like I'd open the door and let it shut, and they'd run away. It's funny. So. All right, Justin, I think you're up.
Okay, this one kind of is similar to some of the things we talked about before. Basically, like, would you rather give up the things that like you can watch. So like movies, TV, things like that. I would even include like internet videos. Or would you rather give up the things you could listen to, whether it's music or podcasts or... I guess if you want to push it, even maybe some of the same things that you would watch, but you can't watch, you can only listen. If that's what you choose.
That's hard.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like it would be really hard to live without, like, the shows and movies that we like. But the majority of my actual time during the day is spent
Listening.
Right.
to, like, a podcast at my office. Or
You could
music
still
in the car.
listen to those movies and TV shows, right? You just
Yeah, but,
don't-
like, do you want to listen to Harry Potter?
But I think it would be more difficult if something is coming out that you haven't seen yet.
Oh,
Then
yeah, but you wouldn't get to see that.
Ever.
This is kind of like the question I posed.
No end
a
game
couple
for
of-
you.
Can we make it after Endgame?
So I forget the last like Avengers movie I've seen. It might be the first one. Like I just haven't seen.
You're a constant disappointment.
Joe and I go through this every
You
week.
love to bring the room down.
And
I don't even-
here's the thing. I like them. I just don't watch movies. I don't know why.
You're like my mom.
Yeah, right.
I judge you.
I'm the same
this
way,
is all of us
Justin.
judging you.
I mean,
It's okay.
I want to watch movies, but like, there are times, like where, on the occasion where I'll be like, oh, you know what? I have time to watch a movie. I'm like, I should watch a movie. I should watch, I don't know, Avengers or something.
He
Infinity
can't even
War.
name another movie.
Yeah, he's
and
just
that-
keeps
you
saying
know,
Avengers
it's-
over and
it's
over
like
again.
keeps saying
I don't
the same
know.
one.
He's like, he's aware there's other movies, right?
It's like, it's called Iron Spider, right?
Yeah,
Here's my
just haven't seen 'em.
loophole question. Here's my loophole question to this. Can you listen to music if you're watching music videos?
I'd say you could hear the music, but you can't watch it.
Like, you can't see it.
Right?
Like,
You
it's-
can't see it. You can only hear it.
Like, you hit play
But-
and the music plays, but the video doesn't.
So then if you're watching, but that's what I'm saying, if you choose videos and you're watching music videos, can you hear the music?
I thought you were asking the other way around.
Yeah, I would
Like if
say.
Yeah, I
I
would
wanted
say
to
that.
listen to
I would say
music
that's
and
true.
I would just put on like music videos.
But I would qualify that as anytime you want to listen to music, you have to watch. So like, you can't be like in the car where you're like, I'll just put it
YouTube
on.
and my phone's over here.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, no, you would have to like pull over and watch,
Okay.
and then drive again.
Yeah, that makes it harder.
I'm still
I'm
thinking
picking listening.
So am I. I think I'm still picking listening.
I think I'm picking
I would-
watching.
I would pick listening.
Because most of the time, even though most of the time of my day I spend listening, I'm interrupted so constantly that it's not productive anyway. But like my relaxing time, my downtime, how I unwind, how I decompress, is to binge Netflix. And I don't think I would have an outlet for my stress if I didn't
Yeah, that's fair.
have that.
An appropriate outlet for your stress.
Yes, an appropriate outlet.
All right, are we good with that one then? Should I do my second one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my last one for the Would You Rather segment is, would you rather go to jail for something you didn't do or get away with something horrible but always live in fear of being caught?
Does it? How long are we in jail? Or doesn't it?
The one I found says 4 years, but I'm going to go longer than that. I'm going to say like you lose a good decade of your life.
Ooh.
Oh,
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
Am I just worried about getting caught, or do I have guilt? Because put me in jail for something I didn't do. I cannot.
Well,
live
I don't know
with
if you
guilt.
didn't
I
do it.
understand.
Well, you mean because you did do it?
Yeah, if I
and-
did the horrible thing, but am I just worried that I'm gonna get caught and like
Or
I'm always like,
or
or I'm
you
or like
feel
do I have
bad.
like
So is it like like you downloaded the movie and like?
oh well I
Well,
pick that
I
over
guess
jail time.
if I'm saying it's a decade, it's got to be a crime worthy of being going away for a decade. So maybe
or like involuntary
I was gonna
manslaughter.
say. Well, I was gonna say like
Like-
vehicular manslaughter, like
Yeah.
someone
You didn't mean to do
You
it,
didn't
but
mean to do it, but it happened. But you got away with it.
And somebody knows what you did last summer.
So yes, then I'm guessing you probably have guilt.
Okay, then I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I
can't
knew
do it
you.
either.
I figured you probably.
I don't handle guilt.
I
well.
don't think I could do it. It would eat me alive.
Yeah, my anxiety would burn a hole through my stomach lining. Put me in jail.
I think for me it depends on in the end what I
Yeah.
did, because when it comes to people, if they didn't die or didn't impact them in the long run, in like disability or anything, I think I'd be okay with it. But if I impacted their life, even if it was any kind of long term
So if
issue,
you got like money laundering from like some big conglomerate and you took
Right.
like a few $1,000,000 and you went to jail for 10 years, but like they don't even bat an eye at a few $1,000,000, like.
Yeah, well, there's no guilt there.
Right, I
then,
wouldn't
like-
feel guilty.
Well,
about
yeah,
that, but like,
I mean, a white collar crime. So basically, you committed a white collar crime.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
probably choose to
Right.
that
but
one.
here's
Yeah.
the other thing. So like, if I go to jail for a decade, but then when I'm like, is it one of those like you're exonerated, like they found the person who did it, and so like you're free, or like you're out of jail now, but everyone still thinks you did it?
I think you're out
And
of
you'll
jail
never
now,
get a
and
job.
everyone thinks you did it.
That makes it tougher.
Am I a
But the
horrible
guilt would
person
still-
if I'm like, nope, I'm going to try to get away with it?
No, I'm
No,
leaning
no.
that way. It really depends on,
If it's a
Just
white collar
because
crime,
I feel
I'm gonna
like
try to get away with it.
here's the thing: if I'm going to commit some sort of heinous crime, I've either turned into a giant honey badger, or I just am not in the frame of mind to have any type of guilt anymore. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the guilt, that's a good qualifier. If it's there, I agree. You'd have to throw me in jail. Like I couldn't do that because that's longer than 10 years, assuming.
Right.
Like well, maybe not because I'd probably have a heart attack before that. But like, assuming it's for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
ah,
Presumably, the remainder of your life, you're always worried and
Right.
you always feel guilty. It would just, your quality of life would disappear. You would never be able to enjoy.
It makes me think of the
anything.
Green Mile,
Oh,
where like
yeah.
you just
What a great movie.
that I watched once because I'm like I don't need to see that again.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that-
it's a great movie, but I don't need to put myself through that.
Right?
again.
Yeah, it's not easy.
That movie I did see. So
Amazing,
a real pick me up.
amazing.
Great. 25 years
20
ago,
years
Justin,
ago,
you saw a
Justin.
movie.
So-
Good job.
This is a weekly conversation. Like Jamie will reference like a big movie from like our like childhood, high school years, and I'm like, yeah, I never saw it. And she just like looks
Stares at you blankly.
right, like a similar look to when they unveiled the peanut butter and jelly and chocolate milk basket on Chop, just like in disbelief, kind of, but like getting used to it because we've been together for so long. Like that's kind of what it is.
Have you guys? I discussed this briefly with Kelly earlier. Have you heard of the philosophical question of what do we call the conductor paradox or something like
Yeah,
that?
the conductor's
Where
dilemma.
like you're on a train,
Yeah.
and you have to flip a switch, and no matter where the train ends up, someone's going to be hurt. But on one end is they usually say it's a child, and the other end it's like 3 adults or something like that.
I think it's usually more.
Have you seen the Minefield episode on YouTube of that? The guy who does the Vsauce videos, like his name. Okay, so he does it. He sets it up, and they put people through this. Like they get it approved. Like he goes through like the board of ethics and everything. They do it, and then they have like basically on site like psychiatrists to basically like debrief these people. But like, and they obviously aren't doing it. They have like one person if you do nothing. Or maybe it's like 3 people if you do nothing, but it's like 1 if you do something.
Oh, right. That's what it is. It's this train or whatever will kill 5 people,
All right.
or you can choose to flip the switch. It'll only kill 1 person, but you know
did it.
you killed that person.
Right.
Right.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And
that's
there's
what it
also
is.
a similar paradox that's similar to what you started out as there, where like if you have a car careening down the highway and it's out of control and you don't know what to do and you have the chance if you keep going, you're going to hit the mother crossing the crosswalk with her stroller. So those 2 people are going to die. Or you can choose to swerve into the crowd that's watching this happen.
And they talk
Like-
about this with the algorithms that are for self-driving cars, like
Right.
because they're going to make the
Right.
calculated decision
Right.
I
in
feel like
theory
the
they would make the calculated
decision is
Right.
less is better when
Right.
you come down to mathematics.
Right.
Not
But
ethics.
like ethics, you look at that crowd of people and 75% of them are over the age of 70. Would that make you feel better?
Right. That like this is like the episode of The Good Place. It's all
Right.
ethical conundrums.
Like
and
those people have already lived a
philosophical-
pretty long life.
Right.
Right.
Do you cut short the
10
child? Do you
people?
cut? Yeah.
Who've already lived a long life, or do you take away the chance for that child to ever live, but just one? Like it's,
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's
too
tough.
hard.
It's really
Right,
tough.
right.
So.
Guys, this turned deep.
Way to go, Joe.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
should watch that Minefield episode.
Hey.
It's intense. Like
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable watching it, and I knew it's fake,
Yeah.
but like it's uncomfortable because you see like the people struggling to make that decision, and like they have to make the decision quickly.
Yeah.
Like it was uncomfortable.
Sometimes Joey's like, "Where do you want to get dinner?" And I'm like, "Why are you doing this to me?" Like, so the idea that I would ever have to make a decision that would be like life or death for someone is just laughable because I would just spontaneousally combust and everybody would die.
Well,
It'd be the instantaneous eating through your
Oh
stomach
yeah,
lining.
like a little fireball would shoot out.
just spontaneous combustion. Kelly just goes poof.
Yeah, ashes slowly sit down to the ground.
He hasn't seen Avengers.
Well, there we go.
All right, let's lighten this up with a little kiss, Mary, punch. Why
Hey,
don't
you
we?
said it right.
I've been practicing.
Aw.
So, I have a couple, and this one I think is a little bit easier than the Would You Rathers, because I think this one can just kind of be fun to combine, come up with a trio and present it. So, Laura, why don't you hit us with one of yours?
With my full trio?
With one of your
With
three
one of-
people.
For one round.
Yes,
So I'll just
one
do
round,
my
yep.
Kiss? That's what I'm saying.
Kiss, Mary, punch. Yep.
Okay, so Kiss, I would definitely go...
No, wait.
Wait.
Gosling.
This is not Nope. Okay. I don't think. Have you never played this game before?
No.
Okay. All right. So, Kelly, do you want to start, and we'll show
Sure.
Laura?
We'll show you how it works, Laura.
Okay.
I went with and let's just clarify this by saying like there's a weird like gender thing here. Just take the gender thing away.
Yeah, you just
We're
You
just
just
gonna
go
go
with
with
it.
it.
It's
Just go with
just,
it.
it's
Just
just
gonna go
funny
with it.
discussion. Yeah.
I went with 3 Chris's.
Okay.
I have Chris Pratt,
Okay.
Chris Evans,
Yes.
which if you don't know, Laura, he's Captain America.
Yes, I know who he
Okay.
is.
All right, and Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, Laura. So of those 3 people, you have to kiss one, marry one, and punch the other.
There it is.
I was so confused by your examples that you were sending.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm like, yeah, those didn't make any sense. So you come up with a list, and then you make everyone.
you have to classify.
Yeah, you have to say which person, which one you'd kiss, which one you'd marry, which one you'd punch.
Oh, okay.
So we have the 3 Chris's from Marvel,
Right.
which also was on my list because I feel like it's one that's pretty
I can give
standard.
it. I have a whole bunch.
No,
of
I
these.
have some too. All right, so Laura, now that we explained it to you more properly, what would you do with the 3 Chris's?
With the 3 Chris's. Okay, let me think for 1 second. Probably. I don't know. I don't want to punch any of them.
You have to. You gotta punch somebody, Laura. This is the G version of this. You kill him in the other game.
You punch him, or we send you to space.
You punch him or into the deep ocean you go.
But that's okay because Chris Hemsworth can survive in space.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd probably punch Chris Hemsworth, probably.
Okay.
Okay. Any reason?
It's Chris Evans, marry Chris Pratt.
Kiss
Okay.
Chris Evans and marry Chris Pratt. Okay. I'll go. I would marry Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
This is weird.
Man.
Mine would be the same as Laura's. And no real reason, except Chris Pratt is hilarious. So
I think I would
He's
Kiss.
the marriageable guy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
kiss Chris Hemsworth and punch Chris Evans. Is that?
I agree with that.
Is
I
that-
would.
okay.
I think everyone's in agreement. We would marry Chris Pratt because he's attractive and funny.
Right. Yeah. I feel like. I mean, Chris Hemsworth. I think with the way Thor went in 3 and the most
I
recent
think so,
Avengers.
but Chris Pratt is like effortlessly funny. Like
Yeah.
I feel like he's just always a good time.
I used to lean towards Chris Evans because I like Captain America more, but I think Thor really has gotten better. So, I mean, I stick with my original take. So, and you say you're the same as Laura, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kelly and I were
Yeah, I'd
identical
punch
as well.
Chris Evans.
Okay. No real reason. You just kind of got left out.
I'm not a big fan of Captain America.
I mean, you're punching the person, not the character.
That's fair.
But what if she would have
I
said
already-
I don't
Thor,
like his
Captain
hair.
America, or
I don't like Chris Evans' hair.
Okay.
Makes me want to punch him. There's that. Although, I mean, since it is the actor and not the person, because Chris Hemsworth loses an eye, and then you feel bad punching him in the other one. Like,
What if you punch him from the other side so he doesn't see it coming?
3 Chris's in the MCU.
Who's Captain America?
You said, what? Who? Isn't that the one with Batman? Wrong universe. Okay, Justin?
Okay, I have one. This is going to be a little Joey-centric, but, like, again. All right, so I picked...
Is this a sports one?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I did throw one out there. That's very Joey-centric.
Yeah.
This one, Kelly may know them. I don't know that Laura will. But, well, some of them. I basically said Jyn Erso, Princess Leia, or Rey.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
I'm gonna
Okay.
punch Princess Leia.
You're going to punch Princess Leia?
She Mary Poppined herself back into that ship. Come on.
Yeah.
What
Actually,
did
I
you
want...
say, Kelly? You were breaking up.
What's that?
What did Kelly say? She was breaking up.
I said that I would punch Princess Leia.
Okay, who would you kiss and marry? I want to see if we're going to be similar.
It was Jyn Erso, Princess Leia,
And Rey.
And Rey. I would kiss Jyn Erso and marry Rey.
Mine is the exact same as Kelly's.
I think that would be mine.
Jyn Erso dies, so I don't want to marry her.
Spoilers, good lord.
I mean, I feel
I like the newer ones a lot better, the characters. I like Rey and Jyn Erso, I think, better than... I know some people would consider that blasphemous for the original trilogy, but I really like Rey.
But
so
Joey, the gold bikini.
Yeah, that's one aspect. There are so many subtle layers that you have to consider. But I'm in agreement with Kelly. I'm gonna punch Leia, kiss Jyn, and marry Rey.
Yeah, that's what mine would be, too.
That's a good one.
Laura?
What, for this one?
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you guys.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's mine.
Interesting. Good. That was a good one. I like.
I wasn't sure how much of the Star Wars movies or how many of them Laura had seen. So, like, I wasn't 100% sure. I was pretty sure, I was pretty sure Kelly had seen them, and if she hadn't, I was really confident she would still know who they are because...
Pretty sure a poster of each is in that.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you live in the same house as Joey, so, like, just by diffusion, you would have had to pick up on something.
Well,
Osmosis, I would just pick something would lead to
Oddly
one.
enough, I think Jyn and Rey are in Natalie's room, but I
Yeah.
don't think there's a Leia.
She didn't Jason 3D print one for her. Remember, because we had the whole discussion about, like, oh, you should be doing that in ventilation.
Oh,
And he's like,
okay,
maybe
yeah,
that's
you're
how my
right.
throat hurts. I'm like, thermal decomposition of those products is not safe for you.
Yeah, you're right. She's got the buns.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, let's see. Where do I want to go here? All right. Laura, do you have are you editing your list?
Yes, I'm changing for sure.
Okay.
We'll give you more
All
time.
right, I'll give you more time, and I'll go, and maybe I'll steal some of your thunder here, and I'm gonna say Monica, Phoebe, and Rachel.
I saw that and I was like, well, I already know how Joey's going to answer this, so.
Well, I don't want to go first.
Okay. Justin, why don't you
Okay,
take that
I'll
one
go first. I'm going to punch Monica. Ooh, I thought this would be easier than it is.
See, I
I
was
think
going to say,
I
Monica
think-
cleans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, she's definitely the punch, though. Like, and then I'm probably, this is where it's kind of crazy. I'd probably say kiss Rachel and marry Phoebe. Like, and that's kind of flipped from probably what I thought it would have been 10 seconds ago. So,
Why would you?
What? Yeah. What was the change?
I just
Yeah,
feel like Rachel kind of gets on my nerves sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were on a break. And I just feel like, I just feel like there's sometimes where she just was so annoying. I didn't ever feel like Phoebe was, like, annoying. She's ditzy and things like that, but I don't know. I kind of think she's kind of, throughout the whole thing, kind of the coolest, you know? So, yeah, that's... I think I could deal with that.
Okay. Kelly's probably right because I'm gonna punch Monica, kiss Phoebe, and marry Rachel.
Yeah.
But I just like Phoebe's funny, but also so aloof and goofy. I think it would get on my nerves, like long term. I mean,
Yeah, and I
See,
think
I'd
that's why I
rather-
would punch her.
Right.
that's why you'd punch
I was
Phoebe.
gonna say, I think I would punch.
Okay,
you.
so
Yeah,
Oh my
I'd
gosh,
punch
that's
Phoebe.
crazy.
that
No
is
way.
oh man, I don't know
No,
if I
I'd punch Phoebe, I'd kiss Rachel, and I'd marry Monica.
because
Me
of the
too,
cleaning
Kelly,
and
me
organization.
too.
Your house would be so freaking clean.
Right,
She's
but like,
still very
but
pretty,
like
so.
things
Come
like
on.
you couldn't.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's
She's
like
a chef.
It's like when Chandler.
Yeah.
I eat peanut butter and jelly.
It's like I'm a chef.
It's like right. It's like when Chandler tried to clean and whenever he tried to do anything, she jumped down his throat like, oh, I can't.
But think about it. You would quickly learn to just not do anything.
But that's true. That's true. You would just never have to clean.
You would just never have to do it.
Exactly, which is why I would choose that.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you go through the episodes when they're fighting over who gets to live with Joey and he just picks it up, and I feel like that's kind of what it would be like to live with Phoebe. Like, nah, yeah, it's cool,
I think that would be fine for a little bit, but I think that her ditziness and her refusal to just be like an adult about most things, like
when she thinks
get a 401k, woman, just
It's
get
a
one.
it's a 401.
401.
But when she
Wait,
thinks
you
the
work
cat
with
is,
robots?
the way she does insist that Ross back off some of the things that would annoy me.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I have a story for you after
Okay.
off the show.
Okay.
All right, Laura, do you have one?
All
Or
right,
do you want to
so
bookend mine?
I will bookend yours. I wanted to ask the girls because I think that's a harder debate, but we'll do Joey, Chandler, and Ross.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on my list.
To me, this is a way easier,
This is pretty easy.
a pretty easy response.
Yeah.
Okay, Kel, why don't you go?
All right, we punch Ross because he's just a garbage person
Yeah.
in general.
He kind of is, yeah.
He's a garbage person. It's a little harder to choose between Joey and Chandler. But I think if you're going with where it is the end of the show, at the end of the 10th season, I would marry Joey and I would just kiss Chandler. Because Joey at least has a steady job at the end.
He gets it together.
Yeah, he gets it together. He has some money,
That is a good-
responsibility.
that is a good
It's not like him just
It's not like when he moved into the
Peanut
apartment
butter
and just
jelly
bought
fingers.
all the stuff and
See,
and
but
had
I
to,
think-
return it.
So that's a valid argument. I would agree if you're going with where the show ended. But let's talk about the first 9 seasons.
Right?
Okay, then
8.5 seasons.
if we're in
Let's talk
season
about the
3, then I
majority of
switch
the
them.
show.
But no matter what, I punch Ross.
Yeah, see, I'm going to punch Ross, but I'm starting to now get into the defensive side of Ross because I think he's getting way too much heat on people watching the series now in this day and age versus when it was new 25 years ago. It's a little bit of a different era. So I think those articles that I read, I just kind of roll my eyes at. But I still would punch Ross.
Yeah, he's still annoying.
But I think I'm gonna go with Laura, and I'm gonna say at least what I think she was alluding to, that I'm gonna marry Chandler and kiss Joey. So
That's probably where I'm
Yeah.
going to. But it is interesting if you think about at the end of the show, it's much narrower gap. There's
Yeah.
a decision to be
Yeah.
made. I feel like if you take, especially early in the show,
Yeah.
there's not really a decision there.
No, if it's early,
Compared to season 1.
but she still has no sense of responsibility.
It's true. She kind of sometimes plays a guitar in
Yeah,
a coffee shop. Sometimes.
yeah. She never really
It's true.
Mm.
You'd have
It.
killer
Figures.
massages though.
Yeah, that's true. And Chandler is just so insecure. I feel like that would just get really annoying, really fast. Where Joey's just
No, I get
"Let's have a
that.
good time.
Yeah, I can understand that.
He probably would never judge you for getting the extra large fries.
But
Well,
Joey
that
doesn't
is
share
true.
food though,
But I was
so
gonna
just
say,
make sure
but
you
Joey
get
doesn't share
him
food,
and
and
see yourself.
also-
I-
And also think about what we were discussing before the show went live. Monday, first day.
Tuesday,
second day.
Wednesday, huh? What day? Thursday, the third day.
The third day. That would be your entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm marrying Chandler.
I kind of feel
fair.
weird that I
That's
picked
fair.
that I picked Phoebe, but I didn't pick Joey. Like,
Yeah.
Because you feel like they go hand in hand.
right? Yeah, I feel like they're on level playing field.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Kel, your second one.
All right. Gal Gadot.
I don't know. Honestly, I've heard of both.
The lady that plays Wonder Woman.
Right.
Okay.
Daisy Ridley.
Okay. This is gonna be
I
hard.
don't know who's that.
The lady that plays Rey.
Okay. Well, I didn't know her name.
And Emma Watson, the girl that plays Hermione.
Hermione. Oh my gosh. Laura, you're first.
Can we
Passing it off.
go by their character names?
Well, she's saying, wait.
I'm saying the actresses. So, like, you don't, like,
Well, yeah,
live in... But, like, based on the... I mean, I guess mostly physical traits, but I've seen, like, interviews done with them.
Yeah.
See, I feel like I've not seen... I feel like Emma Watson is the only one that I know on a
Well, you
personal
can base it on the
level.
character, then, if you've seen all 3 movies.
So I will go marry Emma Watson. I don't know. Kiss the girl that plays Rey and punch the girl that plays Wonder Woman.
Daisy Ridley and Gal Gadot. I don't know. I say Gadot,
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
feel
know,
like it's
but
Gadot.
that's like because they're like. I don't really know them, so I feel like that's not a valid.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll give this a shot. I think I'm falling back on the same thing I did with her Star Wars character. I think I'm marrying Daisy Ridley.
Okay.
I think of the 3, she's probably my favorite. I don't know a ton about Gal Gadot. And I probably know enough about Emma Watson, I think, but Lara's right. I probably know them better as their fictional characters than I do them personally. Although, with all the Star Wars stuff I read, I know enough about Daisy Ridley. I still think she would be at the top. So she would be the Mary. Yes, that's me. But I'd say probably kiss Emma Watson and punch Gal Gadot. Although Gal Gadot would rip me in half. So wasn't she in
Wonder
like
Woman
Israeli
was.
special forces? Like the actual, like the actress was a member of the military. I
think she
believe.
was.
I
I think she
believe
was.
so.
Yeah,
That wouldn't
she's
end
working.
well for me, but that would be my choices.
So by that you mean you would attempt to punch
I
her
would
and
attempt
then
to punch.
End up in a chokehold.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable with these answers, but that's where I'm going to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably go marry Emma Watson, kiss Daisy Ridley, and punch Wonder Woman.
Okay.
You would try.
Yeah. Try.
You would unsuccessfully attempt at punching.
And that's kind of unfair, but like I haven't seen the movie, and I don't I know who it is, but like I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at.
Yeah, there's no that's not out of any distaste or that's just kind of that's just how the cards were dealt. So
Well, I saw one interview with Gal Gadot, maybe that's how you say it, where she sort of made an offhand comment about how it shouldn't be that hard to get back into shape after
yeah, I
having
knew
kids.
you were going to reference that.
And so that has always put like a really sour taste in my mouth about her, and I don't even know if it was maybe on like the Jimmy Fallon show. I don't know, but like when I look at her, I'm like, that's not fair. You probably have a personal trainer and
A nutritionist.
a nutritionist, a nanny at your beck and call. Like it's not fair.
It's not apples
to say like
apples.
the average person can lose baby weight that fast because it just doesn't happen. 6 years later, it will never happen. Let me just say that. But so like as a person, I'm sort of like, no, I'll punch you. Between Daisy Ridley and Emma Watson does a lot more that I know of anyway, like charity work. She just seems like she's giving back more, so I'd marry her and then I'd kiss Daisy Ridley 'cause she's cute.
Okay.
That's where I am.
Is that everyone then? We all go? Okay. All right. Are you up? I think you're up. Number 2, Justin.
I don't really have another one. I could give you that sports one if you want it.
You can give it, but the girls I don't think are going to
care
at all.
and I honestly don't expect you to answer that because that was kind of a ridiculous one. I gave Joey 3 sports people. He
I
really
told Kelly
I would
about
never
it.
know
really
who
does
they
not
were.
like. Right, so I don't really have a second one. So if you just want to throw one out, you're good.
I
Okay.
have a whole list.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
throw-
anyone can throw another one out.
I would say Because this will get Justin a little bit. So.
I know who I'm punching. Listen.
All right, my list is Pink, Ariana Grande, and Taylor Swift.
Punch them all.
Oh, see, I'm thinking of a list that had Pink, Cher, and Jenny McCarthy.
I
That's
know.
a random group
Yes,
of.
but I
Those are all people who I would want to punch.
see. I know. If it was Cher, Jenny McCarthy, and
Pink.
This is kind of crazy, but I'm probably marrying Pink. Like,
Really? Well,
yeah.
I mean, I guess with those.
I think
I
we're all
know
in
how-
agreement that we're punching Jenny McCarthy.
Amen.
well, yeah.
She's done so much to hurt the cause of don't vaccinate your children that, like, I just can't stand
I
her.
couldn't get over that. I wouldn't be able to get over
No,
that.
I wouldn't either.
Every day. Oh
Although
my
this
gosh.
is not the list that was asked. Look, we just, like,
No.
ignored the list that
No,
you
No,
sent.
that's okay. I couldn't think of any other ones that I've ever heard
Right.
Justin really despise, but I knew Pink was on there
Yeah,
for
so
some
Pink's
reason.
on that list.
But
The
you'd
other
marry-
two?
You'd marry her?
No,
In-
if it was
in
Pink,
that-
Cher,
in
and
that
Jenny
one,
McCarthy,
right,
yeah.
okay.
In this one, no, she's
She's
on that
a
top.
goner. She's getting punched.
I don't really know. I'd probably say kiss Ariana Grande and marry Taylor Swift, but that's probably not going to end up well for me. So, like, probably
You're gonna have a song
have
written
songs
about
written
you.
about me. So, but like, if I had to choose, that's probably what I'd pick.
Okay, Kel.
How old is Ariana Grande? Like, this makes me uncomfortable. Isn't she, like,
Oh no,
16 or something?
I didn't honestly. I thought she was older, so
Maybe she's now.
I have no idea. We're so old.
I don't know. She just looks like a teenager, and it makes me feel weird.
Let me Google that for you.
Because otherwise, I don't want to answer this question. It's either
She's 25.
okay.
So.
'Cause it was either like something statutory or assault on a minor. Like, it's gonna go one of those directions.
No, she's 25. You're good.
Okay. All right. So I would probably punch Taylor Swift. She's very tall. But I feel like
That's the reason.
no. I feel like I think Pink would hurt me if I tried to punch her. And Ariana Grande annoys me the least out of those, so I'm going to not do mean things to her. But like Taylor Swift, I feel like I could take her. Like, she's willowy. She would like blow away if a strong wind came through. I could take her down.
See, I think of
Also,
the
she
three.
borders on country, so.
See, of the three, I think Ariana Grande bothers me the most. So I'm gonna punch her. I'm
She
gonna
doesn't-
kiss Pink and marry
I'm
Taylor
kind
Swift.
of, like, oblivious.
That's where
to,
I think that's where I'm at,
with,
Joey.
With me, Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd probably kiss Ariana Grande and just marry Pink and punch Taylor Swift.
Because she's tall.
Well, because she would do the least amount of damage to me if, like,
Alright,
between
I see.
Pink and Taylor Swift. I don't know. I could probably change my mind if you ask me again in 5 minutes.
All right. Laura, do you have another one you want to do?
I do, but I don't think Justin, you don't watch Game of Thrones, do you?
Yeah, I said the
I
same
don't.
thing.
You can do it. That's fine. I don't know. I just
All
won't
right,
pick.
this is then for Joey and Kelly. If you had to choose between Tyrion, Jon Snow, or Daenerys,
Ooh. So I'd marry Jon Snow, because for obvious reasons. He's attractive.
Greg
kinda-
just
I
goes
picked
Jon
up on
Snow
that.
from upstairs.
Like a conniver, like an. I don't think I'd ever be able to trust him, anything he said. But I think you could really. Jon Snow's trying to be like an honest person, plus he's good looking, so I'd marry him. Daenerys, I'd just kiss.
Yeah, this one. I feel like this one's a little tougher. I'm not in any way punching Daenerys,
Okay.
but I don't know where to slot her in the kiss and marry portion. And I have a tough time wanting to punch Tyrion, but I understand Kelly's remarks about him, because that would be a concern. And I feel like Jon Snow is much more loyal
It's a
and
safer
honest.
choice. It's a safer
So
choice.
I think in the end I will punch Tyrion reluctantly, and I think I'll kiss Jon Snow and marry Daenerys. I think that makes the most sense for me.
It's not that I don't like Tyrion. I just
Yeah,
think
no,
you
because
can't-
he's a great character,
you can't
but
trust him.
yeah, when you're making it more personal, I think he's the
Yeah.
one that you kind of have to raise an eyebrow to.
He's like the fun guy to go out with, but like you never want to take him home.
Right. So Laura, how
He
do
just-
you?
He'll take
I
naked
think I'm
pictures
on the
of you
same
while
page as
sleeping.
Kelly.
You're with
Although
Kelly.
I'm with Kelly with Daenerys and Jon Snow, but I'm going to reluctantly punch Tyrion.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but somebody's gotta get punched. So, and just to follow up with that real quick, because I had one of those on my list.
I did too. So.
Joffrey, Cersei, and the Red Lady.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna
Oh.
say Ramsay.
Oh, I thought about those three too. Oh my gosh.
So
Well, I'd marry Cersei because she's out of the three the least worst.
yeah, isn't that sad? Because she's
Oh yeah,
I'd kiss
I'm punching
Joffrey and I'd
Joffrey,
punch
no
the red
question. I'm punching
oh,
Joffrey.
Laura's the opposite.
You're really Laura. You're punching
I
Melisandre.
mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd kiss her. I really hate her a lot. But I
My
also
question
really hate
is,
Joffrey.
if
With
I'm
or without the
kissing her,
necklace?
does she have the necklace on?
Exactly. Do I have to look at her face?
I'm unabashedly punching Joffrey, no question about it. And the other two, I don't really think it matters much. I'll say kiss Melisandre and marry Cersei. But oh God, that makes me.
I know it's uncomfortable, but I do think I maybe have to rescind the punching her because Joffrey is the actual worst.
Joffrey is
He's
yeah.
the worst
I
human.
can't now. I was yeah no. All right.
Fair. Okay. sorry,
Why don't you do one more so Justin can
Okay. David Hasselhoff. Currently, not like early
okay, so
90s.
not like Baywatch era that I'm watching right now.
Right, but like current David Hasselhoff, current Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Paul Blart. Mall Cop.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I'm probably gonna. Punch David Hasselhoff,
I think I'm leaning that way too.
and I don't
Yes.
really know why, but like,
He's punchable.
right. I feel
He has
like
a very punchable face.
He does.
Well, isn't that what happens in that Adam Sandler movie Click? Isn't he his boss and he pauses and he punches him? I've only seen that once, but
So-
I feel like that happened.
And as crazy as this may be, I might say marry Arnold Schwarzenegger, and
Me too.
because Paul Blart, while a funny guy, probably a Mets fan, and
Ooh,
I can't
that-
deal with that. I can't deal with that.
Yeah, no, I think
cannot
you're.
abide.
Kevin James is like hardcore Mets fan. Can't do that.
Yeah,
Nope.
no,
That's,
you're
you gotta
right.
draw the line somewhere, and that's where I draw the line. So, probably go with Arnold.
That's fair.
I'm not punching him.
Yeah,
current Arnold though, like,
I'm gonna go with Justin on this one.
all right.
That's a punch Hasselhoff.
What would you say? Because I agree.
Punch Hasselhoff, kiss Kevin James, but marry Arnold.
I'd probably punch Hasselhoff because it just
'cause
seems
it
like
just
the right thing to
feels
do.
right.
It does. Like yeah. There's some of them where, like, well, actually, a lot of them when it's like three kind of fine choices. Like you're like, I don't really want to punch any of them, but like you have to pick somebody.
Yeah,
Here it's just like I don't really feel bad about making that decision. I don't know why, but
yeah. Did we change Greg's background on his computer to be Hasselhoff?
Was it?
Whenever you guys came out to Indiana,
I don't remember.
didn't we like?
for our long weekend,
Yes.
good times, good times.
Yeah, so I'd punch David Hasselhoff. I think I'd marry Paul Blart because I think he'd just be a very like pleasant guy, willing to
Yeah.
like do whatever you want to do.
If it weren't for the Met fan thing,
This is the best music video that has ever been recorded.
See, I have to be careful because Facebook will kick us off if I keep this going too long. So punchable.
He has too many buttons unbuttoned. It's very presumptuous. Okay, so that's my take on that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
honestly,
that's good.
it is solely pretty much the New York sports fan part of Paul Blart that's probably gonna axe that.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? I'm not sure I would have thought about that. So that was a good addition there, Justin. So, all right. Well, it's getting really late. I'm sure we could all add in a few more would you rather's and definitely more Kiss, Marry, Punch, but just thank you.
Yeah, now that I know how to play the game, I could think of like 12
We should have let Laura go and just see what she would have named, just randomly pulling out people.
I had a couple lists of like political figures, but everything ended with me punching Trump, even when he wasn't on the list. So like, I just let those ones
me
go.
too.
Yes.
In fact, I could think of nobody else that I wanted punched.
Well, that's like when Joey texted me the thing. I said, like, the sports thing. I immediately just responded with 3 people I know he would punch all of them. And so, like, he was like, but yes, exactly like that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I hate you, but yes, those are the exact type of scenarios that we want. Yeah. So, well, thank you, Kelly and Laura, for joining us. And I don't know when we'll get to do this again, but hopefully we will get to do it again in the next couple months before Justin and I dive headfirst into football season, both pro, college, and high school. And
Sounds boring.
no, it's very exciting. We'll start our football previews. I told my Uncle Rich was visiting on his way back, being a snowbird down in Florida, coming back up this way. He stopped in, and he asked when we were going to start talking football. And I said, well, I think in May. So it's not that far away. But we do have, we're going to do the Bulldog Hour in a couple weeks here, the second one of the season. And then after that, I don't know, we might be doing football. So we'll see if we can squeeze in maybe one more of these Friends shows because it seems to be well received. People seem to, we'll have to come up with something. Hopefully we can get Laura here with us the next time. Maybe get Greg to call in, or I'll reach out to Brent. And there's a bunch of other people that we can solicit for questions and answers and for appearances on the show. So does anyone have anything else to add?
Nope.
I don't think so.
The NCAA bracket thing is not finalized yet, is
Yeah,
it?
no, it's not finalized, but actually it might be finalized because with Michigan State losing, I think only people who have Virginia remaining can win, and that will be your sister Andrea.
Yeah, she's also, we do like a family one. She's
Is she going to win that one? Yeah. So when you use the same bracket in multiple pools, you have the benefit of winning them all, most likely, if you pick the champion correctly.
If it goes well, it's probably going to go really well.
Yeah, so I think on game
Yeah.
lost behind Andrea, that's it. And I started off really poorly, but I think I'm going to finish it around 12th. So not great, but
I did awful, so
yeah, it
that's
wasn't.
all right.
Well, yeah, I didn't do well in my work one, but don't worry, I told all of them that you'd filled that out, so they
You
don't
had
judge
Duke
me.
winning with how many other people? Hey, it happens sometimes. It happens.
You should have said this. I told my husband not to make that pick, but he did.
Hey, whatever. I'll take the blame. I didn't. I mean, if I finished 12th, you should have been somewhere right around there.
I
At
don't
work,
even know.
you weren't at the bottom. I don't believe that. So.
Oh, wait, it wasn't at the bottom, but I didn't win.
Not first or last, right?
Yeah.
Shake and bake.
That's right.
All right. Well, this wraps up episode 275 of the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show. Make sure you tune in, well, normally every week when we talk about sports.
Next time.
Hasn't happened for a while, but we will be doing so in a few weeks again. We'll have the Bulldog Hour, and then after that, we're probably talking NFL. So hopefully we'll see you all again real soon. Until next time, for Justin Raffoff, I'm Joe Mays. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Joe Mays and J-Raff Show. Tune in for the latest sports discussions from Joe and Justin. Each episode is available live
On Facebook Live.
and can be downloaded or streamed on iTunes and SoundCloud. You can interact with Joe and Justin on Facebook and Twitter, and stay up to date with the guys at joemaysandjraff.com. The Joe Mays and J-Raff Show is part of the JMNJR Radio Network. For more info, visit jmnjrradio.com.